Hey you guys, I'm back with another video. This is Save Time with Tori. Um, I've been MIA again, obviously, but give me some grace. It's getting hot outside, so sometimes I need to, step outside for a little bit and do what it is that I do. But today's video is going to be a short one, but I just thought I wanted to touch on this because it's been floating around on social media and everywhere else. Obviously, I'm not the first person to touch on this, but today's conversation is going to be about Shannon Sharpe. Now, at this point, I'm pretty sure everybody done heard something about something. Like, I know the story keeps getting twisted a little bit to a certain degree, but we can all take away from, the whole story. Basically, the man was fucking with a young girl and fucked around and found out pretty much. So like that's what we gonna kind of touch on a little bit. I'm not gonna beat a dead horse because all the other tabloids and news people done already pretty much like I said, talked it to death. But here's how I feel about it. Basically, I mean, pretty much what everybody else say, he had no business, messing with a young girl on Instagram. Like, he could have picked like any of the single celebrities, that's out here that's looking for, Lisa Ray. I'm not sure if she's still single or not, but I remember she had did something not too long ago about, she had said something about dating. It kind of sounded like she was single, but she might not have been. But there's so many like beautiful celebrities out here that are single and old enough to like, why in the hell would you go find a young girl that barely knows who the hell she is, just barely got out of high school, to mess with? I mean, I'm assuming that that's his type, Caucasian, skinny. I don't know. I mean, obviously she had to be something because they met up obviously more than once, and he was paying her and things like that. So I'm just gonna assume, for all intent and purposes, that that's his type. But I mean, that really has nothing to do with the situation, type or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't have did that. Like, he could have found somebody his age and whatnot, and then maybe half this shit wouldn't have happened. But he picked a young girl that was money hungry, that was, you know what I'm saying, like trying to get her bills paid, and trying to run game on him. And why, it really ain't no trying to it. She did, you know what I'm saying? So, he should have known off the rip that it was a trap. I'm not sure why he didn't see this shit coming. And then she was recording every fucking thing that they said. So obviously she had already in her mind was ready to, air the motherfucker out. Either she was trying to air him out for clout, or maybe she was saving it, just in case, he started messing with another female, and then, you know what I'm saying, she can show the other female that, hey, he in my inbox be fucking every other week type stuff. So, it could possibly be that, or like, either way, she was saving the messages for her to do her big one, which she pretty much did. So, he should have listened to Monique. Monique told his ass to find you somebody that's older. It don't have to be old. I mean, if you like them young, that's fine. Not that damn young. Now, that's kind of sus. But, like, he could have found somebody in their 30s. I'm pretty sure this shit wouldn't have happened if he'd have found somebody that was in their 30s. Because, older women, mature women, let's just use that word, don't move like that. That's only a young woman that knows that she has youth on her side, and knows that basically she knows the power that she has over men, because her breast probably still perky and things like that. But mostly older women, at 30 and up, in the late 20s and on up, more than likely they've already had a bunch of children, and their body probably ain't quite hitting the same and shit like that. Pushed out 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. They might have a few stretch marks and cellulite and things like that. So I'm assuming, like, men go for younger women because of that. But the point is that if he'd have found somebody that was a little bit closer to his age bracket, Like, I believe half this stuff wouldn't even took place, but I mean, now that we're here, we're here. But ain't no we to it. His motherfucking ass ain't got shit to do with me. But now his whole reputation is ruined. Like, he's at risk of losing, all the little endorsements and things that, he got, way before she even came along. And, she positioned herself, obviously, because she had the message and shit. So by her having the receipts and everything else, she positioned herself to get some of this man's money. And now he looking stupid. So that's what y'all motherfucking men get for trying to mess with these young chicks. All they did, I got a video on that too. Actually, go check it out. Why men date younger women, shit like that. So I pretty much touched on it in that video. But the point is that like, if he'd have found somebody that was close to his age, this shit would have been like not even relevant, to be honest. But and then he kind of told off on himself because he did an interview with somebody. I forgot who it was, but he said basically, I'm going to date in my tax bracket or whatever. So basically, he's saying that since I got hella money, I can basically have anybody I want, and you did that for sure. Like, you got what you wanted, and some you didn't want. So like, it's not always cut and dry. So he thought just he can just throw his money around and do what the fuck he wanted to do. And now, what I'm saying? Now, like, you in this situation that you can't get out of, and he might not have to pay the entire, whatever she's asking for, 50 million. I don't motherfucking know, but he gonna pay something to shut her up, to get her, to like close the case and things. Because right now, like I said, his name is hot in the streets. So in order to kind of get the heat off of him and let this shit die down and be a long forgotten memory, he's gonna have to pay her something, and she knows this. She probably set the number high on purpose because she knew that they was gonna fight it. So if she really wanted like 20 million, she probably started at like double that, and then once you negotiate, it'll come on down to the number that she actually wants. So, that was pretty smart on her behalf. I'm not saying I condone it. Please don't get down in my comments with the bullshit. All I'm saying is that, she played her cards pretty well, and he was dumb enough to, if you're a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta watch everything you do. You gotta watch everybody you mess with and everybody you hang with and things like that. So, like, the fact that he didn't realize that he could possibly be being recorded is beyond me. Like, that's like sending me to, I don't motherfucking know, I don't know, a famous person. I'm trying to think of sending me to goddamn Usher's house. Well, I ain't gonna hurt. He got hurt any motherfucking way. Let's just use that as an example. Let's just say, you dead ass. Like, I'm taking pictures of every motherfucking thing, like, just for not to like blackmail you or anything like that, but like, I just want like a little proof that I was here and you was actually talking to me and shit like that. So, but in her situation, I believe it was beyond that, because she recording every fucking thing came out of this man's mouth. So she already had a plan and a scheme way before whatever. But the point is, he kind of told off on himself about how he gonna date in his tax bracket and blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. How did that work out for you? So, like I said, these hoes out here chasing the bag, and he should have already known that, like, he's a celebrity and she's only a Instagram model. I'm not saying like she ain't got no followers and shit, but she ain't nowhere near, what the hell he got going on. She's just famous on the internet. Like, he's famous in real life. So, like, he should have took a little bit more precaution. I mean, even Diddy had motherfuckers signing NDAs at his parties and shit. Like, he was a little bit more smart with it, but he fucked up too by, putting half that shit on video. So that's, if he hadn't like recorded that shit, he probably would have, like, what I'm saying, got off on a lot of this shit. But anyway, the point is that this I mean, to be honest, I don't really feel bad for him. It's just another sugar daddy that's fucking, hold on for a second. It's just another sugar daddy situation gone wrong. That's pretty much what it is. He thought what he thought. He thought she was an innocent young girl that wasn't, gonna try to do anything funny, and she did. That's why you always have to, be on your P's and Q's when you got money and shit like that. But and then I read something about he tried, nah, he she asked him to have his baby, and he said no. That should have been a red flag right fucking there. Like he should have jumped ship like ASAP Rocky at that point. So you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that he kept it going and things like that. He should have knew right then that she was there about the money. She ain't trying to have this man baby. Like she want to use that baby as a means of child support to collect money off this man from here on out, and to also boost up her, following and shit, and get more people to follow her since she's, now attached to Shannon Sharpe and things like that. She using him as a career boost type shit. But he lucky she didn't get pregnant. But you never know. It might be some shit in the next few months. I'm pregnant. And then, now we gotta go through this whole paternity shit. We gotta wait 9 months for bitches to goddamn, you know what I'm saying, to drop the baby so they can do a mouth swab and all types. I don't motherfucking know. But the point is that like the red flags were there for him, and then the fact that he said I'ma choke you or something in the tape like that's giving ratchet. Now that right there is gonna cost you. Like now she can start making all types of abuse allegations, and he probably never put a hand on her in his life. He probably choking her like during sex or something like that. But like it didn't really sound like he had actually, you know, hit her in real life, or not hit her, but choke her in real life and whatnot. But like that make you look real sus, and by that alone, you're gonna pay her something. Like like she gonna run with that one, like for real. Like that's the lawyer's gonna like throw that up every chance they motherfucking get. So like he fucked up when he said that, but he should have known he was being recorded, or could possibly be at least. So like you making threats over the phone and shit like, oh, I don't know, but it's too much going on. But the point is that this situation is crazy. Basically, I mean, you fucked. I mean, well, I ain't fucked. He fucked. She gonna be living good. Like she gonna get a couple mil out the deal either way. Whether or not he's innocent, like he's just gonna pay her off to shut her mouth to stop ruining his reputation. At this point, he's probably not paying because of any other reason. He just want to go back to his normal life. And hopefully he's learned his lesson, and hopefully he'll mess with a girl that is at least 30 or up. Really 40, honestly. I don't think he should go under 40. He's too old to be even doing that. But if you just got to have something younger, I guess, 30, 32, whatever. I don't motherfucking know. But the point is, I would probably be a little bit too old for him because obviously he like him like that. But I'm not like in my early 30s or nowhere near in my 20s. So it is what it is. But the point is, that's my take on the situation. He fucked up. He said the wrong shit over the phone, assuming that this girl is naive enough to not record him, and then like he brought this on himself. He should have listened to Monique. He should have got him somebody that's young and mature. They got their shit together. And so he made his bed, so now he gonna lay in it. So that's all I got to say. This is Save Time with Tori, and I do what? I save you time from the bullshit. Okay, bye.